What's up, vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. This video is going viral right now.
Tulsi Gabbard this week talked about the fact that aliens could be real and she might want to declassify a few things. Now, all I can tell you is what I know, Duffy. We know the drones are not from New Jersey because they've been using their blinkers. Now what?
Well, first off, Jimmy, saw the drones. The drones are real, right? I don't think we had the accoutrements in position to actually see what that was. But
okay.
But tell you what, I just want to be really clear. I haven't had the alien briefing yet, but I've asked for it.
Okay.
So I can't comment on it, and I can't wait to come back and talk about the highly classified information on your show. I'm going to get in this briefing. And by the way, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But actually, you know what I do? I mean, I think we're in a space right now in America that we want transparency. I mean, people do, and there's decisions that have to be made, but as much as if feasibly possible, we want to share as much information with the American people.
With over 2.1 million views on X, I thought we should cover this because this is the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, saying this. And he most recently was talking about building a nuclear reactor on the moon.
The moon, you mentioned the moon. We want to put a nuclear reactor on the moon because at the south pole of the moon, I don't think a lot of people understand this, there's ice. Ice means water, which means we can inhabit the southern pole of the moon.
So that's kind of what he was in the news about recently, but then now he made these comments. So let's explore this because I've got a longer clip to help us explain this a little bit better than what he just said right there, because you hear, the alien briefing, what? Can you just ask for that? Is that just a thing, right? So let's explore that a little bit more. We're going to dive deep into also some comments that Donald Trump has made in the past. You'll see what I mean. So first, let's take a look at a couple responses from Tim Burchett and James Fox responding to Sean Duffy's comments like, yeah, let's go. What are we waiting for, right? Like, let's get this going. Now, let's take a listen to the longer clip that I found from this Fox radio broadcast, but it also gets put out as a podcast. And it came out over this past weekend, so almost a week ago. So we're already coming up on the weekend here. And it took a minute for it to kind of, get out, but, now it's out. But here's a little bit longer clip so you can see how they got to this and what he says after it as well. So take a listen.
Okay, Tulsi Gabbard this week talked about the fact that aliens could be real and she might want to declassify a few things. Now, all I can tell you is what I know, Duffy. We know the drones are not from New Jersey because they've been using their blinkers. Now what?
Well, first off, Jimmy, saw the drones. The drones are real, right? I don't think we had the accoutrements in position to actually see what that was. But
okay.
But tell you what, I just want to be really clear. I haven't had the alien briefing yet, but I've asked for it.
Okay.
So I can't comment on it, and I can't wait to come back and talk about the highly classified information on your show. I'm going to get in this briefing. And by the way, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But actually, you know what I do? I mean, I think we're in a space right now in America that we want transparency. I mean, people do, and there's decisions that have to be made, but as much as if feasibly possible, we want to share as much information with the American people.
Like
and
that.
I think transparency, and that's what President Trump truly has done throughout the course of the presidency. And what I love about him, Jimmy, is, I mean, sometimes people think that they have to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump doesn't have a box to think outside of. He thinks of things and ideas, and he wants to be transparent, and he's driving an agenda with a team around him, which I couldn't be more proud to be part of, that buys into the philosophy, buys into the president's vision, and I think truly this is going to be one of the most transformative 4 years in any 4 years of a president.
So clearly there's a couple things here we need to discuss. As always getting a little bit more context to some of these viral clips that go around it. And all good. I understand people don't have much time, so you just want to see the bread and butter. But if you want to get a little bit into it more, a little more context, right? Which is just all I'm providing here. So 2 things. One, they start the whole conversation with Tulsi Gabbard and what she had said about UFOs. So let's take a look at that so we can kind of understand where this all originated from. And then we're going to take a look at some comments from Donald Trump, considering what Sean Duffy said about President Trump and transparency. We'll get into that. So, but first, here's that clip from Tulsi Gabbard from not too long ago on Pod Force One talking about UFOs.
UFOs. There's been a lot of...
My husband is in the corner, for the record, pumping his fist right now that you're asking this question.
So, I mean, is there anything... We've had some declassification of some very strange videos that look like they are, unidentified flying objects. Is there anything in the files that you think you could find or you have found?
Nothing that I'm prepared to talk about today.
Ooh.
We are I'm just going to say this. We're continuing to look for the truth and share that truth with the American people.
The truth is out there.
Yes, it is.
So do you believe that there could be aliens?
I honestly, like, my personal belief, I have my own views and opinions.
Right.
In this role, I got to be careful with what I share.
Very interesting.
and I'm laughing. My husband's laughing in the corner because we have these same conversations, and obviously I don't share any classified information outside of my building with those who have clearances. But this is fun that he's here to watch this right now.
All right, so you can see how that sparked a lot of conversation online, and Sean Duffy is being asked because of that, right? And that's his response about the sort of alien briefing, right? And I think he kind of said it in jest, but I think he also means it, right? So there's a little bit more to Sean Duffy that we'll get into because he has some experiences with these drones, right? That have happened, and he thinks there's more than meets the eye there, right? But first, let's take a look at some comments from Donald Trump that kind of show maybe he's not as transparent as Sean is claiming he is, because if we take a look at the New Jersey drone situation, for instance, this is what Trump said back in December. He put out this tweet right here, and people were finally excited he had commented on it, and he's saying, show us, right? Tell us what's going on, or shoot them down. Come on, what's going on? And then afterwards, he says this.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you shoot them down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
So that was in December, just a couple days after that initial tweet that he put out, right, back in December 2024. And then he puts out this statement after he's in office in January of this year.
But is it anything, these drones, is it anything that people need to be worried about?
No, I think it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out immediately? I can't imagine it's an enemy, or there would have been, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things. I don't know why they wouldn't have said what it was. They had a lot of them flying over Bedminster, which is interesting, right?
And with the events today...
And then, most recently, this is what he's saying.
I wanted to ask you about drones. We had the issue in New Jersey before the election where there are all these people thought UFOs or an attack of the killer drones. And I believe you're doing something about What are you doing?
Well, I know I can't tell you who it was and what it was, but I can't really tell you. I'd love to tell you actually, but it's not a big deal.
It's not something frightening.
No, but I just, so obviously it's something that I know about, and it's not a problem at all.
It was legal.
Oh yeah, that was legal.
So I don't really know how transparent Donald Trump is being about the drones. Initially, it was, tell us what's going on. They have no reason not to tell us what's going on. And then he literally says, I can't tell you what's going on, right? So he just towed the company line like the Biden administration did, right? So, but Sean Duffy does have, again, like I said before, an interest in these drones because he witnessed them himself. Take a look.
But during those 3 or 4 days when people were seeing drones and it wasn't a big national news story, we don't know what it was. In all honesty, we don't. We have to refine our technology and our deployment of that technology to make sure we don't just see airplanes, but we see drones in the airspace as well. And if you look at the national security issue, what's happening between Russia and Ukraine, drones are a key part of weaponry. And
I think that's what a lot of Americans were concerned, that it was a foreign adversary. So you're not necessarily ruling that out. You're saying we don't know at this point what it was.
With complete clarity, I don't know.
Wow. And is that something you're interested in investigating more? What does that investigation look like?
So there's the investigation. There's nothing we can do because we didn't see what was there. Though I'll tell you, I saw it, and that was very real. The point is, though, this is a whole of government approach. This is the FAA, this is DOT, this is DOD, this is others looking at what kind of system do we want to deploy to make sure we cover our airspace.
And just to help corroborate Sean Duffy's, story, this is his wife on Fox News talking about what her and their family filmed. Again, this is Sean Duffy's wife.
Rachel Campos-Duffy captured this video of drones. This is in her own backyard, and she joins us now. Rachel, y'all been seeing these. You were saying prayers with your kids, and they look out the window?
I saw it out the window, but that footage was actually captured while I was at the Patriot Awards, and my kids were home, and they saw it, they ran outside, and they captured that video.
So it's been more than once you've seen
these. Multiple times. This is all everyone is talking about. If you live in Morristown, Mendham, Summit, Bedminster, that whole Far Hills, that whole area, that's all you talk about. Go to the neighborhood, apps, where, you put in if you lost your dog or your cat. They're all about drone sightings now. Yeah. And so I think what you're seeing is, first of all, no answers. Whatever the governor put out was a non-answer. It didn't make me feel any better. And I just think we're in this era. You remember when I had my interview with Donald Trump at Bedminster? I'm like, will you declassify JFK? Will you declassify Epstein? Will you declassify the 9/11? And he was like, yes. I think we're in this era where people want more transparency from government, and they are so tired of the lies being told to them by the government. And I think that's what you're seeing right here. People are outraged. 3 weeks. No answer.
And, I don't know what's going on, right? Is there going to be some sort of alien briefing and then we're going to find out some stuff from Sean Duffy now? I mean, maybe, probably not. I mean, who knows? I think what's most interesting, as I was looking into all of this, it's Sean Duffy's most recent sort of announcement, aside from the nuclear reactor on the moon. It's this video right here that was only about 10 days ago. Take a look at this.
We are going to unleash American drone dominance. So President Trump, not long ago, introduced an executive order to make sure that the cabinet put this issue on the forefront, to make sure that we lean in to our airspace when it relates to drone technology. And the problem we have is that on the consumer drone market, China controls 90% of this market. And the problem with that is we're turning over our skies to one of our main adversaries. Huge problem, and it's going to happen no longer.
So, I don't know. Was this just our stuff we were testing? Is that right? They're announcing this drone thing. It's like, this is all so confusing, but everyone's running with Sean Duffy's comments like he's about to get this alien, all the secrets, and then he'll decide what to release out to people. I do not think that's what's going to happen. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll put links in the description to everything that I showed. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button, betters. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And as always, remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.